In this video, we are going to see how to send Telegram messages for new Gravity Form submissions. So now Gravity Form is a plugin of WordPress, and now every time there's a new form submission, then what do you want with the data that you have received? You want to send a message to your team which is sitting on Telegram. Now how do you do that? For this, you will have to integrate the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here your trigger application will be Gravity Forms and your action application will be Telegram. Now how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of our software. On the right hand side, you can see two options: sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks so that you can explore this entire software. Now I'm going to click on sign in as I'm an existing user here. And as I do that, here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect as we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software. So as we do that, we have reached the dashboard. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow, this blue tab. Let's click on this, and as you do that, another dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. You can give any random name to this workflow. Now here, what is my objective? Every time there's a new form submission through Gravity Forms, so the information received should be shared with my team on Telegram. So I'm going to write it as send Telegram messages for new Gravity Form submissions. Let's click on create. As we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens. Action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, as per this integration, my trigger application will be Gravity Forms, which is actually a WordPress plugin, and the trigger event. So this is the event that is going to make this workflow run. So here it would be new response. Every time there's a new response, this workflow would be running. Now here you can see that we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Gravity Forms so that Pabbly Connect can collect the information. And here we have received this webhook URL. Now what we have to do is, to make the connection between Gravity Forms and Pabbly Connect, we have to follow the following help desk. So let me take you to the dashboard. Here I already have got the plugin installed for Gravity Forms, and now here we have to install one more plugin. So for that, I'm going to go to plugins, installed plugins. So here we are going to look for Gravity Forms webhook. So as we do that, here you can see this is the plugin, and now what you have to do is you have to install this. I'm going to activate it. So once installed, now we are going to go to forms, and here you can see there are various forms that I already have created, and I'm going to work on this particular form which is contact form. So I'm going to click on this. Now as I do that, so here the form is right in front of us. So this is the name, last name, first name, email address, and then we have the phone number. So what you can do is you can actually create your own form. If you want to add more fields, you can add the fields from here. And now what I have to do is I'm going to go to settings, and there I have to look for webhooks. Here it is. So here is the webhook feeds. Now here I'm going to click on add new webhook. Let's name this webhook as demo 123. Then we have the request URL. So this URL that we had just received through Pabbly Connect, I'm going to copy this, go back to webhooks and paste this over here. Then comes the request method and request format. This has to be post and JSON. Then as we come down, request headers, this is not important. I'm going to leave this blank. Request body. So by default it is all fields. Since we need all the fields, so I'm going to select all fields only. Now webhook condition, again we can leave this blank. So once we have filled in this information, I'm going to click on save settings. So the settings have been updated. Now going back to Pabbly Connect, it is asking us to do a test submission so that the record can be captured here as a webhook response. Basically, we have to do a test submission. So going back to the Gravity form, I'm going to go to edit. And here you can see preview option. Let's click on this. And now let's fill in the information. Let's say the name here is smart. Last name is user. Then we have the email address which is smartuser@pabblytuts.com. And then we have the mobile number. Once done, I'm going to click on submit, and as I do that, here we can see that the form has been successfully submitted. Going back to Pabbly Connect, yes, we have received the API response. So this here is the phone number, then we have the email address. As I take you down, so we have the last name and the first name. So once we have received this information, I want to share this information with my team sitting on Telegram. So now I'm going to choose the application as Telegram. And what would be the event here? Send a text message or a reply HTML. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with a Telegram bot account. Let's click on add new connection. And now here we need a token to set up this connection. How can we receive this token? For this, let me take you to the Telegram account. And here we have to go to bot father. Now once we are here, let's start the conversation. And here I'm going to write new bot / new bot. Let's click on this. As I do that, it is saying, all right, a new bot. So we have to choose a name for the bot. Let's say the name here is Gravity Forms Integration. Okay, this is the bot. So it is saying, okay, now we have to choose a username, and we have to remember that the username has to end with _bot. So let's name it as Gravity FI123 _bot. So here we can see that yes, we have created a new bot. Congratulations. Now we can find the same bot on this link. And here is the token that is required to set up the connection between Pabbly Connect and Telegram. So I'm going to paste this over here. Click on save to set up this connection. So as we do that, here we can see that Telegram is now connected with Pabbly Connect. And here we require the chat ID. Now to receive this, I'm going to take you back to Telegram, and we are going to click on this link. This is the link for the new bot that we have just created. As we do that, let's start the conversation. And as soon as this conversation is started, you can see that Gravity FI has become a part of the chat. Now we are going to create a group, new group, where this bot has to be there. So it is a compulsion. And now let's add a few more people. Let's add Pabbly integration, and let's again add demo. Let's add demo. Okay, so once we have added these bots, I'm going to click on enter, and now we have to name the new group. So this is Gravity FI 1 2 3 4. Okay, this is the name of our new group. Now as soon as we have created this new group, what do we have to do? You have to take the phone and go to the application, which is Telegram, and now here you can see the 4 members, right? So you have to make the bot that you have just created as admin. How do you do that? So as you go here, you have to click on it, and then it will ask you to promote it as admin. So let me do the same here, and I have promoted to admin, and as soon as I do that, here you can see admin is written over here. So I'm going to close this. Now going back to Pabbly Connect, what do? I need the chat ID. So this here is the chat ID. I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here. Then we need the text message. So here I'm going to write new lead received. Okay, and let's write the details. Let's make this all capital. It will look better. Okay, so details. First of all, the name. Now I'm going to map the information. How do I do that? You can see the previous response as I click on this and as I go down. So here is the first name. Then I'm going to give a space, go back again, and this is the last name. Now the method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping. And mapping is basically that we already have this response in the previous step, and I'm just going to retrieve it here. This is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written it's towards smart user manually, so even when my workflow was running for the nth time, it would have taken smart user only as the name. It wouldn't have taken the new data into consideration. So that's why mapping is important. Now I'm going to map the email address. Okay, so let's go to step 1 once again, and this here is the email address. Let's map the number. So I'm going to write contact number. Let's give a space here, and now go to step 1, and this here is the number. Now I'm just going to write regards. Okay, if you want to write any other message, you can always customize this. Now, do you want to disable notifications? I have selected no. Then do you want to disable link previews? I have selected no. Let's click on save and send test request. Now, as we do that, here you can see we have received the API response. Let's quickly go to our Telegram group, and yes, here you can see a new message has been received. This basically means that our integration is a success, but we also need to check the same in real time. Going back to Gravity Forms, I'm going to click on preview once again. Here I'm going to fill up another form. Let's say this time the name is test123, then the email address is test123@pabblytudes.com. And then we have the phone number, and once I have filled in this information, I'm going to click on submit. What should happen now? Automatically the same message must be posted on my Telegram group. Let's go there, and yes, here you can see that the new message is already here. This means our integration is a success. Going back to Pabbly Connect, let's quickly understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was Gravity Forms, where the event was new response. Then our action application was Telegram bot, where the event was send a text message or a reply HTML. I hope that you are absolutely clear with this. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.